Spinning.
Hey, man.
You're spinning.
I'm spinning. This is GloLady.
Cosmic Kim.
Bill Bowers.
Bill Bowers.
Good morning.
How are
Where'd
ya?
you come from, Bill? You remember Bill from last week?
Who am I?
Who
Where
am
am I?
There was nobody in that seat a
Where
second
are
ago.
you? You are at URTV in Asheville, and this is live on December the 7th, 2007. And yes, this is the anniversary of a very important happening in the United States, and that is the 66th anniversary of the Pearl Harbor bombing.
Ooh. Oh, that's right, today.
Yeah, that's today, and it's interesting how what was that? That was an attack on the United States, and then September 11th. In 2001, well, that was 60 years after that we had another attack on the United States. So I found that quite interesting. That I mean, I don't remember any other attack on the United States in between. That it was 60 years. Do you know anything about the
astrology to it all?
There we go.
Oh, why would this happen? First of all, we're talking on a balsamic moon, the dead of the moon right now. So try not to do anything new. There's a new moon on Sunday, which is a great, fabulous new moon in Sagittarius.
Yeah.
And Pluto's conjunct Jupiter coming up on the 11th. So that's a big deal in Sag. It's all about everything that's changed in Sagittarius. So it's
so we're all changing Sagittarius?
Yes,
Is that
anybody
more
quit
of
their
a
jobs
higher...
today? Everybody getting angry? Mars has been retrograding in Cancer, bringing up a lot of emotional stuff. Has it?
I quit my job today, and I know somebody else did.
I would have quit mine. I was ready to not raise my children anymore. I was feeling like quitting that this week. It's really hard lately.
I quit my job on Monday.
Oh, it was on Monday. It wasn't
Monday,
today.
Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
quit my job Monday.
Do you feel good, Matt?
Yes.
I know. Isn't that a great feeling when it's like, take this job and...
I ain't working here no more.
I work for myself, so I can hire and fire myself in a minute.
I'd rather hire and fire myself in a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, rather than subject myself to the abuse that just because you're a boss, you still should treat your employees half decent. So you bosses out there,
I agree.
It's like, yes, you are a boss, but you are a human, and the people that work for you are humans too. So treat them as you want to be treated.
Yes, it all comes around.
Bottom line, yeah, what goes around
Well, that's
comes
why
around.
everyone's being activated to make changes, because you've been
Yeah.
a little unhappy for a while, but this Mars retrograde is just like this machete, shoo, 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 really not putting up with stuff anymore.
Yeah, and I've had a lot of clients call from all over complaining about the changes of what's going on with work, what's going on with confrontation without resolution. There seems to be more of an aggressive side to this than a Mercury retrograde.
Right.
And
Well, that's because Mars is aggressive. Mercury is just about our
on the
thoughts.
other hand, the flip side, or the positive side of Mars retrograde, is those that have done their homework and have done their spiritual work and are willing to look at their stuff are looking at becoming more empowered. And that's how I'm feeling.
Right.
I'm feeling like now I'm new to URTV, and I've got some ideas for some great shows. And also to use media as an art form, because I've been an artist for many years. I am so over paint. Been painting murals for so many years. I don't even want to open up a can of paint or look at it. And it's just, people say, no, Bill, you're so good, you'd love it. And I said, take your favorite food and eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for
And you
20
get sick of
years.
it.
And after a while, you want to do Chinese.
Yeah.
And so I'm
you're
finding
done.
this Mars retrograde, because when you know ahead of time, by knowing the charts and knowing what
Right.
to expect, you can stay centered in the eye of the storm. And although there's all this tempest around you, you don't have to suck in. And one of my idioms on my own personal cards is that you don't have to attend every argument you're invited to.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
part of this, is not really getting in the argument with it. And seeing, like you, what did you learn from this? How did you get into that job? What did you get out of it? Why were you treated the way you were?
I live divine. It's like, okay, where's my next assignment? And I do feel that I am put there. But, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. So even though, yes, I am put there in order to enlighten people, that doesn't mean that they're going to enlighten.
Right.
What was I saying about, I give my information away and it has no value.
Right.
Whereas, if I charge for the information that I give people, then they're going to take it serious, because now a value has been placed upon, what I say. And that's something else about premonitions, because we're going to be doing some readings and some call-ins later on, and it's like predictions of premonitions are dependent upon the information at the time of the interpretation, which means that we do have a chance in which to change our future, but it's understanding the information, that's the important thing. So yeah, I'm looking forward to next, and just in case you guys know my love offering.
She loves to bring up. Hey, she's holding all the millions in it.
That's a pretty funky bottle.
I know. I was working at the farmers market for a while. Well, working at the farmers market, doing my own thing, selling my wares, my photos, and the jewelry that I create and things like that. And it was more than one day where I just sat there and painted and made, and it was like I knew it would come in handy one of these days. So I'm just hoping to fill it.
That's amazing.
So yeah, and these guys actually glow in the dark.
Wow, glow-in-the-dark love offering bottle.
What do you think they call me, GloLady?
Don't you like how we get it? We start with World War II. We start with the bombing, we go to 9/11, and then we get off into the love offering.
That's it.
And I'm getting a message: buy low, sell high.
That's true.
But
That's
yes, you
true.
can always look at the charts to see how things happened and why they happened. It's true.
Did you do my chart?
I did
today?
your chart. Well, yeah. Sudden change in finances.
Well, it was only when I went to ask for my money, that's where the problem lies. And it's like, I hate to kiss ass, but I hate to kiss butt.
I know. You know what?
Kiss arse for money.
I
It's
always-
like when I work, I want paid. And
really
I don't expect somebody to take away my hours when I ask for pay.
I really find power struggles over money. Can't it just be fair? I just want everything to be fair.
Well, yeah, but
Do you
people
find
aren't
that?
fair.
There's always some issues with finances.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It just seems to be.
when
Whether
I-
you have it or don't. I mean, I was bankrupt, foreclosed, lost everything. And it was the best thing that ever happened to me because I wouldn't have ended up living where I lived. So I really think when things do happen to us, it is to push us in the best next direction.
And it's just to understand, okay, the only time I have a bad day is when things don't go my way. And that's when I have to remind myself that I am not in charge. That's the easier, softer way, okay? Take it.
What were you going to say?
No, I was just thinking about some of the friends in Florida I have and some clients I have that have made millions in the real estate market in Florida. It plummeted.
Yeah.
And I recognize how the gift in the shadow side, or the duality of things flowing financially and things not flowing. We are a very money-oriented culture. And I was talking to a friend of mine who's traveling all over the U.S. She does what they call 12-body light integration. And she said she's seeing people who have always had a buffer losing that. And what it does is it make you have to change your values. You start counting the blessings of what you do have. You're a little bit more thrifty about how you spend. And time is money too. So it's also the thought of, okay, if I have to cut back here, how much of the ego gets hurt? How much of it really, really matters? And you realize that you really don't need as much as you think you do when you don't have it. Money's never an issue until you don't have it, then it's an issue. And so the cool thing is, I think we're looking at money differently. What we call the old paradigm in this Aquarian age is that our society, the way we grew up, is about getting ahead, getting the job, who we are. I don't know how it is for women, but for guys, your value and your worth and your esteem and your image is by how much you make. You're into doing the work we're doing, which is more of heart and spiritual. It's not that way. It cannot be that way. And the universe provides it in such a way that we are forced or gently guided to have to rely on not only our intuition, but on what is. Because in the end, no matter how much you have in the bank, how many people you know, how good you look, all we own is our reaction. And that's all
And
we
our
own.
attitude.
And our attitude.
Yeah, I know I had gone through a period back in 96 where I too had lost everything that I worked and loved, or worked for and loved, I mean, the house, the business, the kids, the animals, the whole 9 yards was gone. And for 2 years, I lived out of my car on and off. Because it was like I was so, who am I? What am I? And that was a value system, as in, what really mattered to me. And I don't remember where it had come in at, whether it was TV or print or whatever, but they were talking about the fires out in California and the loss of, and understanding, well, what does it really mean? I'm still alive, my family's still alive, I lost everything, but what really matters? Is it that material? The material is just a thing. Although I do really appreciate my good buddy, Cosmic Kim. I won't starve.
I'll feed you. I feed everybody.
A friend in need is a friend indeed.
Oh, you're silly.
Yeah, but I got a good friend, and isn't that what matters?
Yes, of course. Thank you. We're all each other's friends.
Oh, sorry, Bill.
Bill's
share.
hungry.
I'll go to the
share.
best restaurant in town, and I'll put the entrees on layaway.
I have a whole pot at home if my nephews don't get to it first.
Oh, well, I'm so glad that you brought me mine first.
Oh, good. Well, that was just a tease to get you to come over.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
So-
that's an awful big tease.
Anyhow, I think the world is going through, which 9/11 was about that too, about letting go of our stuff and what's more important. And now it's in our face again about the economy and the real estate. And we do. You tend to go with the excitement. I mean, I had nothing, and then you have money, and then you have another house, and before you know it, you have it all, so much again. And I remember that day when I said, I just want to own a house again. I don't care how small it is, because once I dealt with renting after we lost everything, I totally got into that. Because the landlord was such a nightmare. I thought, I just want to own a house again. And within 2 years after being bankrupt, we were able to get another mortgage and start it again. The littlest house on the littlest block without a dishwasher, and I was happy. But then you go, all right. Then it's like going to the laundromat. All I want is a washer and dryer in my basement. And then you get that and you go, it would be so nice if it was in my apartment. And then you get to, isn't it nice to just have a washer and dryer at home? How many people have to go out and do their laundry?
Along with all this struggle situation with the planetary thing going on, the last couple of months, especially these last 4 weeks, I've been having a thought, just a wish or a thought, an observation, I need something, and it is in my door, showing up within a 24-hour period. I asked for a specific thing in my head just once. I said, boy, wouldn't it be nice, I really need to get this piece of furniture. 2 hours later, someone's knocking at my door with brand new, never used, here it is. Sometimes I'll say to the universe, or I'll say to myself, really don't want a lot of readings this week. I don't want to hear a lot of complaints or deal with it. I have my own stuff to deal with, my health issues. You burn out sometimes.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And I'll say, I only want 5 readings this week. And I'm not kidding. That's how many the phone rings. If I say, put it on hold or let it in, it happens. So I do see that as you get clear with not the emotional, energetically in the manifesting circles I've done, I've said, you cannot be so attached that you got to have something. That pushes the energy away. At the other hand, you've got to care enough to not have the negativity of I've got to have it if or else, and worry, the what ifs. Both of those frequencies energetically, and they've studied that this vibration goes out, can stop. But just like that 8 ball in the pocket that you call it in, there's a zone that happens when you're relaxed. You get your head out of the way of all that is. You're accepting what is and say, you know what? It would be really nice if. Yep. And it comes. And it's been happening a lot lately.
Yeah. Well, astrologically, too, the galactic center, did you ever hear about that? That we're sitting on the galactic center, the degree of it. Well, Pluto is there now, and Jupiter's going to join it.
Can you explain what the galactic
center is?
Well,
I knew you were going to say that, and actually, that's why I didn't want to bring it up.
Okay.
It's a black hole.
People, there's a galactic...
Do you know what? I don't really know. That's why I don't want to bring it up. But what it is about is really like you just said. We're going to have more and more chances to manifest what we want. It's like a black hole in the center of the ground that's just opening up. And
you mean like the earthquake this morning?
There we go.
It's an earth.
That was just a doorway to get there quicker. But anyhow, it's really this week, especially as of the new moon. But wait 2 days after it. Usually the new moon doesn't happen immediately. But it's really, really about taking time and not being so busy that you don't get all the messages that we're all supposed to be getting now. This week is big for messages.
I didn't know much about Kabbalah, but my mentor, who she's really wonderful, intuitive, and hello, you must be her. Anyway, Kabbalah.
That sounds like a call-in.
Kabbalah says the same thing. We can talk about it later if you want to pick that up.
Is that?
Hello, Lisa speaking. How may I help you?
Hi, how are you?
Always good, and you?
Oh, fine.
And who would we be talking to?
This is Laura.
Laura.
Yes.
Hi, Laura. Did you want a reading?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Would you like to give us to give you a reading? Is that why you're calling in, or do you have a question about the Galactic Center?
I called in regards to the reading.
Oh, okay. All right. Actually, you had left a message, so I did your birth chart. Okay. And we also have Bill here who could give you a little reading with a card. And your question is about relationships?
Yeah, relationships or just in general?
Well, I could tell you the funny, interesting thing about your chart is in the 7th, you're an Aries rising, right? Do you know what the rising sign, do you understand what that means? That's your personality, Aries?
Yes.
Okay. Well, the 7th house, the opposite house is Libra, right? So that's about your relationships.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And you have the planet Venus in Scorpio, exactly next to the planet Neptune. So I'm talking down to the phone again. I always do this. But when people have Venus, Neptune, it's almost like you idolize and put these people on a pedestal. Anybody you've been involved with, you totally draw this romantic picture of who they are. You idolize them to a point of no return, and you find out eventually that they're just human. Why are you giggling?
Yeah, and it's like the money. Don't look at them for the money. That's a big part of things are changing. A big part of
Oh, she's drawing a card for you. That's
yeah,
what,
I was.
that's
Hi, this is the GloLady again, and yeah, I had drawn a couple of cards. I do quickies. You know, if things get too bad, I'm going to go out to the street corner and I'm going to do quickies. And my quickies are 1 question and 3 cards. So see, get your minds out of the gutter.
Okay.
But yeah, things are going to change. Work is good for you. That's beneath you. But then you also look to have a man for his money. Stop that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not saying she's a gold digger. What you're saying is
No.
that some of the things we manifest is statistics of what we want a partner to look like.
Right.
And many times for someone who, especially for women, a man to support or help support and have the breadwinner and that kind
Yeah,
of
but she
thing.
likes a man with a whole lot of money. Am I
Okay,
correct
not
in
only is
that?
he making the bread, he owns the factory, okay? So
Well, you
Yeah,
know what?
there
She
you
does
go.
have the planet Venus in Scorpio, which is, Scorpio is about money, and Venus loves the security of being really attached to somebody. You know, your Venus, you know what I'm saying about Venus? Venus is what you need to attract yourself, what you love, how you feel validated. And yours is with the planet Neptune, which kind of the boundaries are unclear as to what you need. So a Venus and Scorpio person definitely loves to bond intimately with somebody where there are no boundaries. I mean, it's just endless.
Yeah.
That's what you would attract. And that's just give you an idea. So she's talking about it being financially. Well, Scorpio is all about finances and other people's money. But the thing to me is what happens is not to say, well, when are you going to meet someone? What are you doing? You have your moon in Leo, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Do you know what that is? All about your emotions, what you need to feel secure.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in Leo is about feeling appreciated, being center stage. And our little Lisa GloLady here has her moon in Leo also. So you would do very well on TV. But the point of I'm bringing up is your moon has to feel safe and secure. It's opposite the planet Saturn, which means that you never feel, it's like a brick wall around your love life, and it's with other people, so you're always feeling like people are cold and not giving you what you need to feel safe and secure. It's always about the other person. Do you find that a lot?
Yeah.
Well, but by the way, boy, did that hit me. Is not only is it very, very true, like you say, a wall, but when that vibration is being sent out, she can even look unapproachable.
Well,
And
that's what I'm trying to get
unavailable.
to.
Yes,
It's you are so knowing from growing up and whatever your relationship is with your mom, because it would be kind of about the family, feeling this wall, this coldness in a way. I mean, just not understanding what you need to feel safe and secure. You know, it doesn't mean that they did it. It's just how you saw it. So you would put that out in the world because you're so sure that that's what you're going to get back.
Right.
That's what he's saying, that Bill is saying also. So what you're doing is you can't attract someone to love you, and especially Venus and Neptune together is you are idolizing somebody out of the realm of reality. I mean, that's what you're looking for, right? You really put people up on a pedestal, and I would assume you get really disappointed when you do, because, and it's also a very creative aspect. I mean, it's not all negative. I'm just bringing up the things you could be doing to create a separation. So you're expecting them not to understand you, so you're controlling your feelings and really not letting anybody see you for who you are because of this.
So how can she get around that?
Well,
we've given
first
her
is
something
being
to
aware
think
of it
Right,
helps, right? So first you have to feed your moon to feel good, right? So the moon in Leo needs to do something that's feeling appreciated, right? So Venus Neptune, you can really take care of a lot of people. I mean, be really compassionate. So do you get in relationships where you, I was going to say breastfeed them. I don't know why I thought breastfeed. I don't mean that, but really.
Are you the mother?
Do you?
Do you mother them, in other words?
Are you overly compassionate, overdoing?
Tell them the snack bar's closed. So they don't know.
I don't know if that's true. I don't know why I said that. I don't mean that literally.
Yeah, I understand.
But do you do? I mean, because Neptune is extremely compassionate, and it's with other people in relationships. That's what you have in your 7th house. So that's what you attract: either a lot of needy relationships, that they're way needy, and you have this wall built up, so you're not going to let anybody know you're needy.
I mean, I got to ask you: has there been anyone that you've been dating at all recently, or when's the last time you had actual ongoing partnership or relationship? How long has it been?
I hadn't really ever.
Oh, they don't come to your standards.
Do you think it's about? Do you see this what we're describing as something that you would do? I mean, do you see? Well, the thing, because it's your chart. You have Moon opposite Saturn, right? So Saturn, you probably feel really good when you're working for some reason, because the Moon connected with Saturn. Saturn is really controlled feelings and really not allowing yourself to feel. But when it's in opposition, it looks like to me that you're feeling like other people are causing it, but it's really not other people. It's how you're seeing other people reacting towards you when you need something.
Mm-hmm.
So do you ever show anybody what you need? I mean, do you let that wall down? Do you ever look not like you know everything about everything?
Yeah, I do have a question. It's like the Mercury in the 9th house, communication, higher learning. Are you a teacher? Is that a part of teaching?
In Capricorn.
In a what word do I want? A higher education. Do you teach a higher education?
No, ma'am. I'm not a teacher. No, ma'am.
Okay, that was Lisa.
Yeah, what does the Mercury in the 9th?
Well, that would be about loving this kind of work.
It's time for some romance. Allow yourself to be intimate, sexual, and erotic. Create love and beauty either with someone else or by yourself.
Do you hear? This is a
want to say this.
Please say
this.
this.
Go ahead.
This is a deck of cards that 3 years ago I kind of downloaded in the middle of the night for me. They're my guidance cards, Bill Bauer's guidance cards, and you pick a card, ask a question, you get a one-liner answer. So I was just flipping through them, and I asked for Laura what would be a really good thing to do, because I can feel that wall and that block. Whereas because I guess there's a strong work ethic, she could ace that. We all have strong points and stuff, we just can't seem to get it together. There are people who are very businesslike, can't get a date. Then there are people who fall in love every day and they're rubbing two nickels together always. Then there's the people that find the abusive relationship on a constant level and whatever. So listen to this, Laura. It says, it's time for some romance. Now, out of 78 cards in the deck, I got, it's time for some romance. Allow yourself to be intimate, sensual, and erotic. Create love and beauty either with someone else or by yourself. I believe that this is about self-image and self-worth, and that there's got to be something you can do, whether it's makeover, changing look, changing attitude, and really knowing your worth as the goddess, as a desirable person. Because we get real left-brained and heady about methodically when it's an emotional thing. And so we'll compensate in another area. And the fact that when you say, I never have ever, I mean, I got sad. I got sad because obviously everyone is worthy of love, respect. And there is, my God, look at the personal ads of men and women all over looking for Ms. or Mr. Right, but they'll take Mr. or Mrs. Right now. And at the same time, with every human looking for that soulmate and that love or enhancing their own marriage, why are we in a planet where there's more trouble in relationships beyond anything else? And yet everyone strives for that. In your case, it is a soul discovery. It is seeing your sensual self as is, with all the perfections and the highlights and the good points, and allowing yourself to see that first in being sensual for and with yourself to begin with. And then we can join someone else as well. I don't know how that sounds to you, but it's something to consider.
That's why I didn't go right to what timing for your relationship, only because once you feel like you're worthy of it, that's when it does. When you believe you deserve it, and that's what it's really all about. You attract, because I'm telling you, I can attract people just walking. I mean, and it's not that I'm any better than anybody. It's just that I'm so open for, I don't know. I'm looking to stay away from everybody. But the point of it is, I know from various people that is really, to me, the moon opposite Saturn is what's holding you back. It's really allowing yourself to be seen. I mean, you have a lot of stuff in Leo. You want to have fun. You want to be playful. You're really creative, I would imagine. I mean, a really kind soul. Venus, Neptune is really kind. You probably let money, you could. This Venus in Scorpio is about money, but when Neptune makes it kind of, it's like a bucket with holes in it. It kind of just falls away. Really hard to have boundaries with it.
Yeah.
You're probably so afraid with Venus and Neptune about Venus in Scorpio, because it's the ruler of your 7th house, so that is about relationships. That when you want someone, you're going to want them so intimately that you're so afraid that your moon, your emotions can't handle it, that you don't even want to go there. So you're kind of setting the whole blockage up.
And there's fear of rejection, too. I mean, as we get older, no one likes to feel rejected.
No.
It's not really rejection. It's never rejection, but it feels that way.
And Leo has an ego. I mean, moon in Leo, you have Mars, the action in Leo. So that's a bigger than average ego. I mean, not, you know what I'm saying? You would feel rejection even harder.
She would feel rejection.
Yeah, she would more, because the ruler of your chart, Aries rising, is Mars and Leo. So you love to have fun. It's in the 5th house. I mean, romance is really what you should be doing. Playing, having a lot of fun. When you go into it just playing and not looking long term, you'll meet them. You'll meet somebody. I mean, right now, Jupiter, if you want to know astrologically, is trining all this Leo stuff. So that's a really good thing. I mean, you must be feeling great, optimistic about it. It's been on your sun sign. Your sun is a Sagittarius, right? Your progressed Venus is going to be sitting on your sun sign. That's huge. That's like once in, gosh, how many years? 27, 30 years. I mean, it goes around the chart. So that's a big deal. So that's this is a time to really love yourself. And once you love yourself, everything else will fall into place.
What I have for you in the tarot deck, in the Aquarian deck, is the 5 of Swords reversed. The 5 of Swords, the upright, is frustrated. I don't want to. If I try this, it doesn't work. If I try that, it doesn't work. But in reverse, it means taking this information to heart and applying it. You get to overturn the frustration. I like one of the things about What the Bleep Do We Know movie was they brought out that some people associate the feeling of attraction, love, with loss and divorce. So it's a mixed message, and it's a painful, kind of like Pavlov's dog or the rat exercise. In this case here, you get rid of the frustrations of the way it's been in the past. You have to imagine it in such a way as if, and it's hard because you're saying you've never had a relationship. So if you have to go through movies or just the feelings of what it feels like to fantasize and bring that up, I see the real strong probability of frustration being turned around. It'll be really good if you start getting noticed. And if someone pays you a compliment, that's a major thing. Take it in and drink it in. If you decide to do something out of character that's romantic, in your appearance, in your dress, in dance, there's nothing that works the body more in a spiritual, shamanic way than dance. So if you're in music at all, there's all kinds of these emotional things you can do to set the stage. And when you're enveloped in that, then I'm doing sign language, the effect and the influence is beautiful. And then the heart starts to open and grow.
Cool.
So that's how it would work.
All right.
Alrighty.
It's definitely. I mean, you have to do a real long reading to understand it. But not only, because I just did this quickly, is your moon opposite Saturn, but that Venus I've been talking about is also square to it, makes it a T-square. So it's really a struggle for you. I mean, that's a really push yourself forward and really let go of not feeling loved enough.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it is. And Saturn square Neptune in the sky was when you were born, it was a square. And we just had that aspect in the sky. I don't know if it makes sense, but it's almost feeling like everything will fall apart if you do let yourself go there. There's like a trust. You just don't trust for it to happen. And it's all about believing it, manifesting it. Do you really believe you deserve it?
Yeah.
Do you?
Do you?
What did your mother tell you? Did you have a problem with? Did she have a problem with her mother?
Yeah, obviously.
Honestly, I don't know. I just,
Yeah.
So there's a loss with the mom. That's a big part of.
No. I think she responded to the question. We asked her, do you feel you're worthy? And she says, honestly, I don't know.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. What did her mother tell her?
Oh, okay.
What is the deal with mom? What is the loss with mom?
well, there's not really a good deal with
Right.
So,
Right,
Well-
right. So there again, get rid of that part of and value yourself for yourself, not from what your mother's aspect or thought of or whatever dealing with your mother is. Cut that loss.
yeah.
Okay?
Alrighty.
Thank you for calling.
You just have a little bit of homework to do, huh?
Just a little bit of homework, but guess what?
But be good to you. That's your, the important thing is be good to you. That genius hinges on insanity only when you're not true to yourself. So don't be who other people want you to be. Be who you truly are. And your lesson is find out who you truly are and be good to you.
You really have a great chart, really inspiring. I mean, everything about it, except for we always have to go to our moon first, because if you're not feeling good on the inside and feeling safe and secure, the rest doesn't work. So that's why I focused on that tonight, just so you know. I mean, you have a beautiful chart. It's amazing. It's creative. It's inspiring. You're probably really a great, you probably really motivate people, I would imagine, in a good way. Do you?
I didn't hear the first
You're
part.
very motivating, I would imagine, and inspirational to people around you. But we do have to go. But I do want you to know the only reason I focused on that negative one is because that's what you have to work on first before the rest can happen.
Okay,
Believing
great. Well,
it,
thank you very
believing in
much.
yourself. Love yourself.
Alrighty.
Okay, have fun.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Wait, cool. And now we have a special visitor who I know that
Oh, wait.
some of you might actually recognize.
She's been out shopping for a pink tool belt for 12 weeks now.
Yeah.
I know, and she's
not
still,
too
what was it,
rough.
pink
He's
or
like-
purple?
Bill's like,
Pink,
who is
yeah.
this?
The pink one? Oh, Bill doesn't know this. This is the tool girl. This is what or
Donna, our
what,
tool girl,
who
she
we've
usually
been
decorates for
advertising
us.
for how many weeks now? Yeah, this is our tool girl.
Good thing you showed up because Hallelujah's on its way off the credits. Oops.
That's a blooper.
Oops, oops. Bloop, bloop.
Oh, I'm not gonna cut it out. Forget
Now I was talking
it.
about Sunday. Hallelujah. Jupiter, a new moon. Hallelujah.
Wow.
He pulled a card for
Get
that.
it. I don't
He's
know.
like,
I don't understand.
Oh, yeah, the tool girl came in, and we have some charts or some what do you call it? Information. And
what is going on here? Baby books. Oh, Kevin was
Yeah.
almost born in the car on the way. Is that Kevin?
Kevin
No.
was born in the car?
Did you read what Mom wrote? Is that
No. Kevin was almost born in the car on
you? You
the
were in
way
a
to the
hurry. Are
hospital.
you in Aries? No.
Born less than 5 minutes after arriving at the hospital. Mom accompanied. Cool. We are talking about the tool girl's other half.
My son never smiles, and my brother's son
So
did it as a
she
joke.
had brought in a baby book and a birth certificate, and this is how you get your astrological chart. Okay, so those of you who are wondering how we get all this information is you get your birth certificate, okay, because that shows your place, date, and time of birth, and that's a very important aspect of it. Come on, hang in here.
Some cities don't put it on the time for some reason. I don't know why. A couple of them don't. So you just have to. You can send away for it. Make sure you ask for a long form.
Yeah, you really need your time of birth because that's what's really important to get your ascendant in there. Say, come on in there, honey.
Well,
So
that-
nice to see
Oh,
you.
thank you. I wish I felt better, but
Oh, dang.
yeah, I got that stuff that's going around.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who have that going around because
Yeah,
you
some
kicked it and then
kind
it
of
got back
virus.
again.
Well, this must be something different. Though.
Oh, really?
I would think so. I would think you build an immunity up after you've had it. So
Yeah, but if you're passing it around or going, then yeah, you can still get it.
yeah. Well, there's a lot of stuff going around right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I've been doctoring myself also because I know that there's a lot of stuff going on. So we have Bill over here.
Hey,
Bill,
how are you?
Bill is another medium, and he's new to the area. So Bill, you want to do your stuff
For the tool girl, need a
for
reading?
the tool girl?
Okay,
yeah.
can I have your real name?
Donna?
Donna.
Sorry. she's Donna Tool.
Well, you
That's
didn't-
why we have the Tool
Last
girl.
name is Tool.
He didn't ask me for my real name.
I don't even know my real name.
Oh, no, I'm kidding.
This is a really good time for you to do a lot of inspirational study or research. And what I mean by that, if you have any interest in anything that's going to inspire you, do you like to do research and study things when you're trying to, gathering of information?
I like to paint. I'm very creative in a lot of ways. So,
Okay.
Research. I don't know.
Here's the deal. I've done murals for like 20 years,
Mm-hmm.
and one time there was a beauty salon on Cape Cod. They did everything from pastels to black and white. So they wanted animals in the different places, and I had to paint Dalmatians and zebras and anything black and white. I got to do such research on the patterning of the stripes there's 7 different zebras. The striping means something as to the breed and the time of year and whether they're mating season. It's the same thing with Dalmatians, and so that's the kind of research I'm talking about.
Okay.
You're going to be inspired very soon, and it is a destiny. This is not a possibility or an invitation. This is an accurate thing that some inspiration, whether it's spiritual or creative, and to me that's the same energy, just in a different room,
Okay.
for you to do research, and that will enlighten you.
Okay.
Okay, because to me, there's no activity that you can do that's not a spiritual activity, including arguing with the family. Another thing too is if you're there's always that, right, and you do it well. The other thing is if you've not been sleeping well at night, up a lot, that some of it's planetary, some of it is diet. I would say that you would check with a really good nutritionist to make sure that your pH is alkaline, not acid. Acid is cheese, coffee. Coffee, everyone. Acidity has a lot to do with the disease of the body and the ability to learn a little bit even online. If you Google and ask for an alkaline diet, say like the worst thing possible that's acidic is alcohol and coffee and dairy. Some of the most wonderful alkaline are spinach and greens and leafy greens. Okay, and if you're not a vegetable person, there's other things you can do. There's supplements, powdered greens, green tablets, chlorophyll in your water.
Like
okay,
vegetables.
but see the reason why? Oh, you like vegetables. The reason why that's important for you too is because your sleep in that rest mode is super important. Your brain is on screensaver, and you have the ability at that time to really rest. So when you face the day, it's going to be different. And yet I get that whatever the tasks at the end of the year that you're dealing with, whether it's getting ready for taxes or winding down the year, you're going to find less mental stress during the evening time. You do need to have sleep. Here's another important thing. We do assess this time of year. It's a very difficult time for most people, regardless of their religious or philosophical belief. When you look at last year's activity, because time is money as well as what you've put out for work and what you're getting as return. I call that the harvest. Whatever is not bringing in more than breaking even or just making by, you want to drop it. You really want to look at the activity. You may be attached to a certain line of work where I just know I should and want to be doing this. When in reality, you know what? If it's not serving you and it's not putting food in your mouth or feeding your family, maybe you have to re-look at that.
I think I've already done that transition.
Okay.
Is that why you
Recently-
haven't shown up here?
Earlier
We haven't
this
paid
year.
you.
Earlier this year.
Wait a minute, pay? This was where's my love offering?
Love offer.
But the reason why it came up again is because this will be a time for you to get very sharp at assessing on paper what brings a return and what doesn't. That also includes relationships and friends. How many people are taking a lot of your time with complaints or just taking up time without a productive end to it so that everybody feels supported?
Yeah, I've already started.
So there you go.
That's already in motion.
Yep.
But
too.
that's being aware of.
Yes.
I mean, it's recognizing it, because a lot of people don't even recognize it, and they'll stay in it and stew in it for
Right,
forever.
and waste a lot of energy.
You got
on
it.
Well, she's
You got
also born with her moon in Libra, and people with moon in Libra really want peace at any price, really want to keep everybody happy. Her
Yes.
Mercury's in Libra, how she communicates, and also her Mars is in Libra. So all this stuff in Libra is always worried about everybody else. Really hard for you to focus on what you want.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
what
that's
it's
true.
really about everybody else and what they need, and that's why it's showing on. Now you're falling apart because it's time to take care of you first.
So one of the things that
Yeah.
comes up with my guidance cards, because they always really go for the highest advice for you, your deepest connection with the divine can only be experienced alone within yourself.
Yeah.
So it's not about religion because you go to church or go to a service. That's community. Hooray for us. Hooray for spirituality. But the only way, everyone is intuitive. If I had any purpose in my life this time, is to help someone to open up like I have, and to see that they can hear those voices, get those gut messages. And when it comes from source, there ain't anybody who can tell you different because you feel and know it.
Right.
So that time alone, like Moses going up to the burning bush, or you taking that time to be alone, that's your church, that's your spirituality, and you're ready for that now. And that may very well be what that first card of enlightenment and studies is, you and your higher prime source, your higher source. And this is a time for you to see that. And you'll navigate in such a way, you'll be amazed because this stuff was brought out. And you're telling me you're already getting it implemented.
Yes.
So you're ready for that now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Kim, what else do you have going on here?
Well, besides all the Libra stuff is what makes it so hard for you to do this, to really put yourself first.
Yeah,
You're always
it
worrying
is
about
hard for
everybody
me,
else, right?
Yes.
You don't like to fight at all?
No.
But more
Very
right,
non-confrontational.
very
But
non-confrontational.
now I have moments.
Of
where
course, well, we all have moments.
of clarity.
I cannot
Oh, this is
contain
what
it any longer.
this is what they say about Libras: peace at any price. But one day they'll take the roof off the ceiling when they get really pissed. But a good thing is the planet Pluto and this new moon coming up is really trining your midheaven. So it's all about career, really being a great time for career now. For the first, this is a big deal for Pluto to trine your career house. So that's
good.
wonderful.
That's a good thing.
So you're a Leo rising. Personality is more about Leo, which is Leo. Leo likes to have a good time and play and be creative and loves children, but it's also can be very shy.
Yes.
Leo. And you have to go to where is your sun sign? How do you find yourself? When you value yourself, you'll feel good. That's when you find, work your ego and how you really need to make money or value yourself.
Something else I'm working on.
Yeah, having a talent. It's so fun. In Virgo, being of service.
Yeah.
So, but you have
service work.
You have what? Service work?
In service work, service industry.
Right. Well, anything helpful, certain routine, being in a routine is important to you.
You
Yes,
do that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You have to be in a routine.
But all the
What do you
more
think?
reason when she said about, finding something creative. I've been a mural painter and an artist for, 26 years. When I first, at 28, decided I wanted to learn how to paint murals, when you're in that creative spirit, there's no insecurity. You're not worried about whether you're doing it right. You're so inspired. You lose that sense of time. There were times when my kids were little. It was a Saturday night, and usually my wife and I want to go out doing something restaurant. I couldn't wait for it to get quiet so I could study and read about the artist and experiment and visualize having an opening. And when my first painting sold, but when you're in that creative spirit, all that's higher stuff. That's spirituality.
Yes.
You get past all the, I don't know if I can, what if, whatever. And so that's the inspiration.
In the zone.
And I have to share with you the very first card, which was the major arcana in the tarot, which is the sun. The sun shines on those shadows that you're not sure of, doubt, confusion, fear of making us. You're going to have this happen, like it or not. I would rather see a destiny like that for you. And I'm getting right at the top of my head now, I'm hearing a man's voice, and that's more angelic than ancestors. And what I'm getting is, like it or not, this is going to happen for you in such a way that will be irrefutable for you. Creativity, inspiration, and your health's going to get better. Your ability to communicate is going to be better because it'll be coming from inspiration, not obligation. That's powerful.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Yay! So that means my
Yes.
tool girl's going to be coming on and doing the set. Yay!
She's having the planet Uranus opposite her sun sign now, which is a big awakener. It's like, woo, who do I want? Who am I? What am I about?
Who am I?
And really
Yes.
feeling that
Yeah.
other people in your life are being a little bit out of control, erratic, sudden separations. Have you had a lot of unexpected things happening with other people? Yes, you have. It's been a year of this. It's going to
Yes.
continue a little bit more.
Yeah. Oh,
But it's
yeah.
really about, look at her, oh yeah. What is that?
You just, if we were in a poker game here, you'd be doing great. I got the star card. The star card, it looks like stained glass, isn't it? That's why I like the Aquarius.
Yes.
The star card talks about the deepest wish that you might have for the year will be fulfilled.
Your wish card.
But it's got to be, there we go. I do that right? There
Yep.
we go. There we go. Yeah.
Yep.
The star card is any wish that is the most heartfelt of all the things I'd like to have this year. Keeping that alive, it will come true. You've got 3 destiny cards that says it has to happen. So
Buckle your seatbelt.
When you have, are you caring more about relationships, work, or because Aries on the midheaven is your own self-employed type personality.
Yes.
Really have to be your own boss, 'cause
Yes.
Aries is
Well, it tends to
pioneer.
work out better that way anyway.
Yeah, I would rather work for myself.
Yes.
I would rather work for myself 24/7 than work for somebody else. And
another thing about relationships, this is for a Leo rising. This is the interesting about Leo rising. When you have a Leo rising, the 7th house, the other person is an Aquarius, because that's the opposite sign. So what happens with Leo rising, they really need to feel special, appreciated, right? And then they attract Aquarians, detached. Somebody usually who's a little colder, not as warm and fuzzy.
Hey.
No. Well, but Aquarians care about the whole group. They say Aquarians want to touch humanity, just don't touch them. No, but the point of it is saying, Leo, you want this in a person. You love somebody who can be out there and be, all over the place. As long as you know you're number one, that's all you need to know. If they're at a party at the other side of the room and they see you every now and then and just let you know you're number one, that's what you need to feel fulfilled. That's all you need. Because Leo rising really needs to feel like they are special. I mean, it's really about
special.
your heart. But she needs to feel it from her relationships. Even though you attract Aquarians, they always go, well, why do I attract this person who doesn't want to be all over me every minute? Because you have Aquarius there. So it's kind of set up that way.
Do you have any specific questions
Yeah.
about a specific thing that you'd like to know about in front of everybody?
yeah, no, we are live in front of everybody.
I don't mind the spot, do I?
Yeah, I didn't know if Kevin wanted to. Kevin, you want to be
No.
on the spot too?
No.
Well, I mean, you can stay
No.
over there, but
Well,
no information. Okay,
It's interesting. Yeah, right.
No.
Oh, he didn't want. He just brought his time. You didn't want to do anything.
Did you have a question?
Well, what's fascinating is your sun sign sits right on his first house, exactly. He's 19 Virgo rising, and your sun is 18 Virgo. So he's having this Uranus transit also with other people, meeting a lot of unusual, different people coming into his
I was
life.
going to say it's kind of...
Well, it's his rising sign, so he's going through the same thing almost. So
they're traveling the happy road together.
It's kind of a mutual need to be special and important. Yeah.
He's got a new moon on his sun, so that's a wonderful new time for him to start something new too, coming up.
Ace of Cups, new beginnings for him.
I
Yeah.
I
It's a big new
want to
beginning.
do something with my creative talent that possibly I could make a living off of. And I'm not really sure. I feel like I'm going in so many directions that I'm not really
Focusing
focusing
on one.
on
Yeah,
any one
and this
thing
isn't a
in
paying
particular.
job yet, so.
Right.
I would think I would think you'd really be great at decorating the neighbors' houses.
Oh, she is. You should see. I mean, she is so great.
Actually, I have
That's
a
where your money
job
is.
to go decorate, and
Only
I wish that I could have gotten some
More jobs like that.
You will.
some education on home interior.
But there again, it's like
decorating.
you have a natural talent. You can't deny that you have a natural talent. Just because you don't have a piece of paper saying that you're good at what you do doesn't mean that you're not good at what you do.
But it seems like my sense is to go in too many different directions and not
focusing
focus
on
one thing.
And why do you think that is? I mean, you know yourself. Why do you do that?
She can't make up her mind. No.
I think that I doubt myself in my talent.
She's not sure of her choices
Yeah.
either. Because Libra has a hard time making a decision. You have a lot of
where
things
you
in Libra.
say, when I do sit down to do something, I am absorbed in it. But when it's a finished product, and I think, well, what could I do with this? Then that's where the doubt and
Right.
fear and that sort of thing come in. So, I'm not really sure what direction I need to go in with. I have a lot of talent in a lot of different things, but I need to know what I need to really focus on.
Your greatest love. the set design, yay!
Well,
And then the world can see your talent.
Cheer up, Lisa.
Hey, I'm trying.
No.
I'm trying. What can I
You're
say?
not excited enough about it.
I'm not excited enough about it.
No.
We're being funny.
She's silly.
Yeah.
You're definitely showing your
Oh,
Leo moon.
okay.
Oh no, you are. You're motivating her. You're
I'm
inspiring her.
trying.
Yeah,
I'm trying.
we do that.
And it's like, I mean, we're trying. I mean, yeah, okay. So we're just being live in Asheville, but that doesn't mean that the whole world won't see your talents. You know, that's what.
There's one way it's going to be forced upon you if I can do this. When you're confused, bored, or insecure, or even depressed, there's the refreshing breath of anger that will get you mad enough to be active and do something like it, Norma Ray. And what I see will happen is some things will cause some stress and trouble in areas of your life you don't like to begin with, and that'll be the catalyst with those changes for you to go after it. Many a person, say, after separation and divorce, all of a sudden regain themselves, go back to school. When I was way back, when I was 40 and I was separated from my wife and I went back to college, and I learned sign language, learned computer skills, and then went back to art, but I was in charge with helping men and women, they call it the Men and Women in Transition Program. We had executives, people who worked for years through bad backs, injuries, or closed out, had to retrain, work again. From that crisis, they got to explore college, taking liberal arts courses. They had the assessment, the Myers-Briggs about your talents. But it's usually from trauma or things breaking apart that the real inspiration can come.
In other words, a swift
So the
kick.
stuff that exactly. Some of the stuff you're not sure of, when things fall apart, you quit your job, you lose things, you get fed up with being not being seen for your gifts, that will catapult you at least in the direction. Now, if you're dabbling, it's because of the doubt and unsure, but that's not the only reason. You're dabbling because it hasn't hit like that 8 ball in the left pocket.
Yeah.
It hasn't zoned in yet.
Right.
So you need that exploration time of what if and exploring, and you don't really have to come to any concussions right now.
Okay.
I would
Notice
say
I said concussions.
next
Yeah.
week this new moon is going to be trining your north node as your path. So really focus on what you think you want, at least. Get a clear idea of it and try to, just wish for it to happen. Put it out there.
Thought creates form. What do you think?
Right. So
That's a
she
big
had
part of-
she had 3 destiny cards. She had the sun about inspiration and learning about what you want and getting into it. And then we had the wish card, which you made the wish. The last thing was the most dramatic card in the deck, and that's the Terra. It's the tower that's going to force you into it.
Yep. Change, transformation.
Yeah.
And Uranus is a quick
Well-
change. It's going to be come out of the blue.
We resist change, but I've had so much change that I'm starting to just kind of
Because you're not supposed to resist it. You're supposed to trust in it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Go with the flow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the harder you fight it, the harder it's going to be.
Yes,
Well, that's especially
absolutely.
under a planet Uranus transit. I always tell people it's not horrible if you can just go with the changes.
Yeah.
When you start to resist them, then you'll
Yeah.
forget it.
Yeah.
If you don't expect the unexpected, then it's a really difficult year.
My gut says if I never saw you again and then you checked in back in next March, you'll have already been on the path, started new, and have everything all cleared up for you. I don't know what that is astrologically, but usually these hits I get are in alignment with astrology. But I can see March being the time of, oh yeah, I started about 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago and got this cleared up and I'm on this new thing. So I do see by that spring. I don't know about why, but I'm getting
This
that.
is a really good
I will-
year for you to
I will
really.
I will hang in till then.
Well, not
Hang
until
in
then.
until then.
You'll have things implemented and started already by then.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have already been there by then.
Good.
Yeah, yeah. You're going to see more of the Tool Girl. She's going to be coming in and doing the set. Yay, Tool Girl. And if you're wondering...
She might even do our makeup, I hope.
Oh, you can make it too. And if you're wondering where to see the videos, if you're watching this live in Asheville, where you could go to GloLady TV, GLOLADY TV, on MySpace, or Google GloLady, Google video. GloLady. I uploaded or will be uploading. Have some up there now. Google video. So GloLady.
Right.
You'll be able to see more of the shows, and we're going to do more of the call-ins.
Right. Give your number out.
Yeah, 450-6317. That's the number to call in. I don't know how much more time that we've got today, but
Oh, right, for calling.
yeah,
Probably not. We're gonna. And how about you? If you want to.
we're gonna be
Bill?
winging it.
Oh,
Bill,
yeah.
your phone number is.
My phone number is 828-216-9039. My website is www.billbowersguidance.com. And my studio is Light Source Studio, downtown Asheville. I'll be doing a series of readings for the public, much like John Edward, where people will come for $20 and everyone in the group gets a reading. What happens with group readings is an energetic level that, wow, physical things happen to the body while it's going on. I've had many people open up and see people who have passed, have revelations about stuff, and it's so rewarding to do. And that'll be part of what I'll be doing here at URTV as well.
Cool.
Group readings.
So you'll put it on your website if we want to find out about when you're doing them?
Yeah.
When's your first one?
Well, once.
What?
What's my first?
Well, we will announce it here.
The evening with Spirit is going to be monthly. In fact, I've had a number already. I'm thinking about doing one next Friday. I'll have to look at that.
Cool.
But yeah, get on my email
We'll
list.
announce it
After
next
the
Friday.
show.
Yeah. Okay.
So we
And
can go over and be part
We
of
can't
it.
forget about Cosmic Kim.
CosmicKim7@AOL.com.
We got that 7 right now.
Also,
CosmicKim.com.
we do have an astrology group in Asheville. It's Friends of Astrology, Asheville Friends of Astrologers, and we meet. We're going to meet on December 17th at the. Where are we meeting? What's the name of that place? Earth Fair at Westgate.
There you go.
So it's 7 o'clock. Come by, and my number is 628-4007 if you're interested in the reading, or look at my website. Okay. Thanks. Hope you had enjoyed it. So long, farewell.
What happened? We got switched over early? No?